Welcome to Sitcoms N Color, our new podcast where we explore the diverse world of movies and sitcoms. I'm one of your hosts, Krypt, and I will let these lovely co-hosts introduce themselves.
As y'all know, I'm your girl, L'aidee Lili.
I'm Claszi Ladi.
And I'm your girl, Millie Redd. We are continuing our month-long series of New Beginnings, Rags to Riches. Welcome to the All-American Retrospective, where we dive deep into the heart of South Crenshaw in Beverly Hills to revisit the game-changing first episode of All-American.
All right, y'all, so let's jump into it. In the beginning scene, we're introduced to Spencer James, a rising high school football star from South Crenshaw High, whose life is about to take a change forever.
Spencer James? My bad. Didn't mean to startle you. Jeez. It's like 1 minute you're scoring, and the next...
Another day in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Billy Baker, varsity coach, Beverly High.
Beverly Hills, huh?
Yes, sir. I'll cut to the chase, Spencer. I've had my eye on you. You got strong hands. You match up well against single coverage. Saw that film on you with the 4 touchdowns against Fairfax last season. Yeah. I need you to come play for me.
But it's not just Spencer's on-the-field skills that catch the eye. It's his heart, determination, and reality of life in Crenshaw that captivate Coach Billy Baker from Beverly Hills High. With an offer that promises not just a spot on the team, but a chance at a future he's only dreamed of, Spencer faces the ultimate decision: stay in Crenshaw or move to Beverly Hills.
I'm assuming you want to play pro eventually. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I can help out with that. You know, South Crenshaw, you got a strong team, and Beverly Hills, we've had a couple of rough seasons, but I'm going to turn that around this year. Plus, we can offer you something that Crenshaw can't.
Is that right?
A better education and a safer school. I can get you a way out, man.
As Spencer steps into the world of Beverly Hills High, the contrasts are stark. The luxuries of Beverly Hills are worlds away from the streets of Crenshaw, but it's not all smooth sailing. Spencer must navigate the complexities of his new relationships, rivalries, and the pressure of maintaining his identity among the glitz and glamour.
So how are you liking Beverly so far?
It's okay, I guess.
I know it probably feels like lost footage of rich kids from Instagram, but it's not so bad once you give it a chance.
I'm sure it'll grow on me.
Hey, so lay it on me. Krypts or Bloods?
Excuse me?
I'm dying to check out a Krypt walk for real. I've only seen one on YouTube.
Yo, he's just joking, man. Ignore him.
Asher, you would know a Krypt walks the ditch in the damn white ass.
Nah, they sound like a joke to me, bro.
Don't be so sensitive.
Sensitive. Hey, yo, thanks for the welcome.
Through it all American does more than just tell the story of a football player. It explores themes of family, belonging, and the search for identity, making us all question, where do we truly belong? So, I chose this for our theme of Rags to Riches because just changing the environment from Crenshaw to Beverly Hills, like, that's just worlds away, right? The type of money that you see going from probably like a DF school to like rich kids pulling in with Beamer Benz and Bentleys, right? So I thought that was a cool rags to riches theme in terms of for a kid, especially. What do y'all think about this episode?
So All American reminds me a lot of the Prince of Bel-Air's plot. It wasn't much different, but also I just don't think the execution was that great. But I get it. I mean, going from Crenshaw to Bel-Air is night and day.
Beverly Hills.
Sorry, Beverly Hills. Bel-Air's same thing. But I mean, I don't really care for All American like that, like I do other TV shows. So my outlook would be kind of, different from everyone else's. But I did think the I mean, we've just seen this plot too many times now, so they kind of could have did like a different, I don't know. That's my personal opinion.
I have a family member who swears by this show. This family member loves this show. Shout out to that family member. You know who you are.
Boo. I'm just kidding.
My question though, would you want to live in Beverly Hills? I don't think I would want to live there.
I would only want to live there if like I was filthy rich, I guess. I mean, I don't, a lot of the, from what I saw in the TV show, it just seemed like everyone was really stuck up. So if people are really like that in real life, which we would, I wouldn't know. But if that is an example of the type of people there, I wouldn't want to live there because I couldn't deal with that.
That's the thing. Even if I had the means to live there, I still wouldn't want to.
Why not?
I don't think it would fit my personality. I don't think I can be myself.
I wouldn't just say like, oh, I want to go live in Beverly Hills. Like, if there was a reason why I would, if there's a reason for me to live in Beverly Hills, with my job as a scientist and stuff, then sure. I thought I was watching Fresh Prince, actually. I mean, no disrespect. It was a decent show, but it just kind of like what Classi said. I feel like we see this theme very often where there's like this inner city kid that goes and moves to a white area, and then they have to deal with racism and all kinds of stuff, and it's just
I will give it to them. They did a really good job at showing racism, and how it permeates in the school, trickled down to those children, and how it affected him. So, if anything, if you were someone who never really saw how different children experience racism in schools, that made it more realistic as to what actually could go on in some schools, because that can go on. But I will give it to them by making that distinction of how nasty it was for him transitioning over to this predominantly white rich school.
Asher's the best receiver you got. You let that South Crenshaw thug rough him up during practice?
Oh. Mind yourself now, Harold.
Just going like I see it.
Okay, well, thanks for the drink.
Jordan was behind that contested permit. And now your Crenshaw boy is bringing his anger about the situation on our field, injuring my son.
Dad, will you...
Hey. That's right. Jordan Baker's the one that gave Chatsworth the tip.
You serious? You're the reason I can't go home at night?
Face it, Coach.
Oh, boy.
That boy doesn't belong here, and neither do you.
Call me boy one more time. Call me boy one more time, bro.
So my take on it, though, was his skill set is what got him there. Will had a aunt and uncle, and he was in trouble, right? I did a little bit of a different take on this because really it was his athletic skills that got him into that school, not that he did have issues at his school, but if that opportunity never came up, he would have still been in that environment. So the transition from him going from Crenshaw to Beverly Hills was really based on his athletic abilities, more so than anything, because that's what was needed from him, was him to play football for Beverly Hills. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Isn't that stereotypical though? When it comes to storylines involving Black characters, if that person is transitioning into like a more affluent neighborhood, it's not about their academic. It's not about academia. It's more about their athleticism or their talent.
True. Now, in this specific case, according to if you looked at the show, he was actually a really smart kid and he was doing very well. So that's actually how he was able to play for Beverly Hills, was because they brought him in on an academic permit. That's why he was able to play at Beverly Hills, because technically he couldn't be recruited to play for them without sitting out for 3 months. So they used his, him being smart to transfer him over to Beverly Hills on an academic permit to allow him to play. So in this case, I see where you're going, that it is stereotypical based on his athletic abilities. But in this case, yes, that was like the underlying thing. But because he was so smart.
But I felt like they didn't highlight that enough. They added it, but had he not had the athleticism that he had, what's his name? Tay Diggs' character,
Billy Baker.
yeah, Billy Baker would not have given him a second thought if he was not a very good football player. They would not have even given him a second thought, even if he did well in school. That's what I believe.
So that's an interesting take on that. No, I was going to say that's an interesting take on that. So, for example, the middle school that I went to was a performing arts school. I had auditioned for chorus. I bombed it on purpose because I didn't want to do it. But the band director actually called my mom for me to sit to play in the beginners band because of my academic abilities. So there are cases where I think they will, maybe, I don't know if it's like I don't want to call it a DEI thing, but maybe just to add more diversity to the programs that they have, they will call back if you do have a great academic background. So I think he just so happened to have the best of both worlds. And when he was in class at Crenshaw, you could see everybody else kind of getting poor grades, and he got an A on his paper. So I think it was highlighting, his, again, further highlighting his academic abilities versus his peers. Millie?
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a television show where it takes place at a predominantly black school that is great athletically and academically, and then like there's a white kid that has to transition into that school like that's from a bad area. Like I would like for it to be shown in that aspect, because I know that a lot of bad underdeveloped schools happen to be in areas where it's black and brown people. I get that. There's a lot of systemic issues that go with that, property taxes, funding, all kinds of things. So I understand that, but there are some schools out there that are predominantly black that are doing great, and I just would like to see it happen the other way so that it can give a perspective, so it can give white people like a perspective of like, this is the type of stuff that we always see.
I'll say, spoiler alert, the coach, doesn't he turn out to be his dad?
No.
It was
If
implied.
you continue,
yeah, it
it's
seemed
implied.
like it's implied.
It seemed
but
like
no.
it.
I watched it a lot. I could have sworn.
No, he's not. His kids thought he was their father too, but no.
So the coach didn't think he was the daddy?
No, he knew he wasn't the daddy.
He had an affair with the mom.
Yeah,
is
they
what happened.
and they all knew each other.
Right.
So he didn't just get in there because he was some random kid.
So him and Spencer's mom dated in high school.
I forgot. It's been a while. But still, I feel like he didn't get in there because he was some random black kid that had great grades and could
Wasn't
play.
he the father maybe of the younger boy? There was a paternity.
Oh, the brother. You're referring to the brother?
Yes, the younger brother.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't
we'll
watch
scrap that.
I didn't watch enough episodes to know.
They had an affair, put it that way.
Right.
The mom and Billy.
Well.
And so later down the road, his own wife kicks him out of the house.
Okay, yeah.
She finds out.
I remember that part. Well, I'm with I'm with Millie Redd. I would like to see a show in the reverse. And I feel like they had like for this show for All American, they had some pretty good actresses and actors, and they really could have done something a little bit different with the storyline. And I think that's where I kind of got aggravated with the show, because everything that happened in the show was predictable, and then like things that weren't predictable, it was just aggravating. I'm like, so what did y'all do all that extra acting for this to not be what we thought it was? But I mean, all in all, when I first watched it, I loved it, and I watched it a while, and then I just got sick of it because it just was like not really, it wasn't moving. The whole show wasn't really moving anywhere, and I was getting bored with it. But I don't know. I wonder if there is a show out there where you have
There
an all
isn't.
Well, so
Dang.
we also have to look at what the confines of what can get produced, right? So
True.
if we're talking about like how Ice Cube said for music, there's just a certain lane that they're sort of dictated that these are the certain things you should rap about. What makes us think that that's not different for television as well? What sells is drama, and that specific type of drama sells. So if we want to see something different, I think we also have to look at the audience having a different mindset about it too.
True. All right, classy lady. I know you want to tell us some fun facts about All American, even though this is not your favorite show. So tell us about some fun facts, girl.
She loves this show. What do you mean?
Oh, man. Listen, I'm pretty sure y'all not gonna like all of my shows either. So some interesting facts about All American. All American is based on real life events. Spencer James, well, wow, it's based on real life events. Like, duh, we know that. But whose real life events is it based off of?
It's on the second bullet.
I'm sorry. Is that why it's so boring? Okay, I'm sorry. Spencer James is inspired by NFL linebacker Spencer Pasinger. All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Pasinger. Much like
Sorry to this man.
I don't know this man.
Me either.
He went from an unknown kid in South Central to captain of the football team in Beverly Hills. This is Spencer Pasinger's wild story.
When it comes to South Central, the first thing that I think of is the family atmosphere that it provided me. I knew early on that sports was going to play some part in my life, but I did not understand where this could take me. I did not want to go to Beverly Hills. I wanted to be with my closest friends, and my parents, they were not having it.
We had war words, and I'm like, no, you're going to Beverly Hills. I just felt it would benefit him more overall. So I went.
Much like his on-screen character, Spencer Pasinger left behind his best friend, Krypt, upon his move, which the show touches on. Pasinger serves as a consulting producer for All American, and he played a minor role as assistant coach Davis in various episodes. Pasinger never had a strained relationship with his dad, Donald, and his father never abandoned him. Daniel Ezra is one of many examples of actors hiding their British accents incredibly well.
So that's Spencer James. So
he's British?
Yes,
Wow.
He's actually British, and he did not use a linguistics coach.
Well, I absolutely love your British accent,
Thank
but
you.
did the American accent come easy to you?
No. So I pretty much stay in the accent throughout filming. So most of the crew didn't realize I was British until we wrapped the pilot. So
Whoa.
it was because when we finished, I started talking normally, and everyone's like,
Wait, can you do it now?
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
so I'm gonna go to the store real quick.
Pretty good. That's
He did really well.
Yeah, he listened to a lot of Nipsey Hussle and just people around, Crenshaw area. Yeah.
Wow. All American is his U.S. acting debut, and he spent as much time as he could in South Central Los Angeles so he could genuinely embody the role. Okay, so he was like a method actor.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. They usually be the craziest ones.
That's why I say he's a really good actor. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna take that from him. He did his part.
The way she said it, he did his part.
Mm-hmm.
He did his part. The writers didn't do theirs.
Oh. Oh.
Shots fired. Pew, pew.
I mean, like, fired. He also watched American football frequently to understand the rules of the game. All American almost didn't return to a second season due to low ratings. Season 1 of the show wasn't watched as much on television as it is on Netflix. Being on Netflix increased the show's viewership.
And actually, it's on its 6th season today.
Wow.
So
That's
debuts
because
today.
kids watch it.
Well, I think it's a cool show. Like, again, I think Fresh Prince 90s. This is later 2000s. So, I was trying to choose something that was a little bit later. And football, American football. Like,
No, I don't think he was wrong in choosing it, but I will say a lot of teenagers watch this show like how we did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So
right.
You know what though? I'm not even gonna lie. You know what would really, 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 really made this show like incredible?
What?
If it were in space.
I knew she was going to say something about space.
But you're right though.
Imagine
You're
that.
right.
I can
Imagine
imagine that.
Where would they play
Football.
Spaceball?
They can have a space court.
Exactly. It could be a space court, or it could be on different planets, or it could be on different moons.
Yeah, that would have made this real cool. I'm not even gonna
Imagine that intergalactic. What is it? All intergalactic.
Oh, I have one question I meant to ask you guys. Though. You and this galaxy stuff. As a parent, would you do what his mom did and send your kid if you had the opportunity?
No.
To send your kid.
No.
To a better,
Absolutely not.
really,
No.
even if you were in a bad neighborhood.
No.
Not without me being present. Like
I would get out. I would get out the neighborhood.
No, they would have to. They would have to make accommodations for mama.
Right.
No.
No, I thought that was crazy. One, and you sending your child to go live with somebody. Like, I don't care if you did have an affair with this man, he your friend. Do you know, like, most people who, and I hate to go this route, but most people who are sexually are sexually by people who are supposed to be trusted members.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Of their
Hello,
family. or friends.
the documentary of Nickelodeon.
Right.
Yep.
So
Ooh, we
absolutely
gotta talk
not.
about that.
And I know he was a big old grown, boy, but it doesn't matter. It literally can happen to anyone. And I'm not sending my child anywhere. I don't let my kids do sleepovers, and I wasn't allowed to do sleepovers when I was a kid.
I wasn't either.
I mean, they had written it so that the family, like the mother, like the wife of Billy, accepted him in a way.
You know she was mad as hell.
But this was what I'm
She
saying.
seemed
In
welcoming,
reality,
though.
but in reality, that would have been a very complex situation.
Very.
No, that would be awkward. So no, I would not allow my child to go. Whether it does not matter about my socioeconomic status. If you really want my child there, then you need to accommodate the family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, the little brother too.
The family. He comes in 3.
He's a sibling. So he's a sibling. So he should automatically, you should be telling me that he will be given a spot to be able to attend the school as well once he becomes of age. Because that's how most schools do. Like if you have a sibling, as long as, nothing's too crazy, usually siblings are grandfathered in.
So sticking with the show though, that let's move away from reality, right? Of the dangers. If there were no apparent dangers, you would not send your kid.
Nope.
No way, Jose.
No.
And then you can't even go to your kid's game.
Isn't it like sending your kid to college?
But
No.
but they're a
that's
grown up
something-
though when they go to
yeah.
college.
They're an adult.
Yeah, no.
This kid's a senior.
It doesn't matter.
No, he's underage.
Yeah.
She can't
The
even
thing
go
is,
to all his
he
games.
can't sign for everything. You know, he can't make his own decisions without the parent. And I will not allow another adult to make that decision for my no.
Mm-mm. It's nothing like seeing your child come in that door every day after school and dropping them off to see what's actually going on with them and look them in their face. There's no way she could honestly know what her child was going through or at least heed to the warning signs by not being there. And then you're trusting him in this environment with someone else that you don't even co-parent with, to be honest. Homeboy was going to parties. He could have got, involved in some serious drugs. I mean, and I'm not of the culture that feels like, take my child out of the hood, quote unquote, or what people call the hood, quote unquote, and put them in suburbia, quote unquote, just because it's going to be better. That's not true. Because whether a kid is in the hood, in the suburbs, in the city, people can find danger anywhere. They are exposed to all different types of danger. Just like people are like, oh, you should put your kid in private school. Okay, private school has its own type of threats versus public school, So, yeah, absolutely not.
They sell drugs in suburbia too.
Sure
so
do. Worse ones, not just weed.
And in All American, didn't they hazed Spencer and made him drink?
They did. They did.
Like, and that's the thing, like, he should have been home.
But I think he still would have experienced that at his regular high school as well.
But I think that mom should have been there to be a part of that, to support him in that. Like,
but
he
the
had
mom,
no one.
if you think about it, she could barely be home herself to cover bills. Like, she was constantly working to cover bills.
I still would not allow my son to.
I mean, that didn't necessarily change when he went to Beverly Hills.
It didn't. No, it didn't. They didn't give her nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was trying to argue the other point of she was barely home when he was home. What difference did it make him being somewhere else?
And see, that would have been my.
You can still pick up on warning signs. You don't have to look your child in the face every day to see the warning signs.
But then again, like I said, if my son was that important, then they need to accommodate the family.
Right. We all moving into your house.
She should have just moved right in and slept right in between Coach Baker and his wife.
Didn't they have a guest house out back? I mean, y'all could have slept in there.
That was huge house. It's a huge house they live in.
They had a huge house and I don't know. Did you guys go to a high school like that? Like a big high school? Like either Crenshaw or Beverly Hills?
I went to a large high school.
What's large?
Was it more like Beverly Hills or more like Crenshaw?
It was more like Crenshaw. It was never like Beverly Hills.
Or was it like Crin Hills? Or Beverly Shaw?
Bev Shaw.
It wasn't either. It was definitely Crenshaw.
So I didn't
Mine
go
was
to
neither one.
Wait, say that again.
I said mine was neither one. Mine was probably the sweet spot right in between.
So I didn't go to a regular high school. So I didn't get the experience of football games and the whole nine.
Oh.
I didn't get any of that. So like I went to a vocational school. And yeah, like we didn't even have a bell.
Dang.
Well,
so explain to us your experience versus what you know about our experience.
Well, I don't know much about the normal high school experience because like I said, we didn't have bells. We went to school with adults on campus. So that would have been a little bit awkward to have bells ringing while, they're in automotive class or pharmacy or optometry class. I think they've made it more so like a normal high school a little bit now. But basically we had like one building, and again, well, we didn't interact with the adults, but they were on campus.
Prom?
We did have a prom. I did not attend. I think there were like 5 of us, 5 Black people in my class.
Wow.
Out of
150.
Oh, so I was Black person number 685.
Wow.
Out of 700. Out of 700. So I had a huge graduating class.
Did y'all go to football games, your high school football games?
Nope.
No.
I didn't go to one.
It was so much fun.
No.
Well, my brother played football.
Track.
I've always dated somebody who was on the football team.
You gold digger.
Oh, you was the fast one. Classi was the fast
Classi
one.
looked like someone that would have been the popular chick. The popular smart chick.
That was you.
Actually, I got to be a nerd and still be popular. It was fun. But yeah, I liked wearing my, what's the little black things you put underneath your eyes, and you get all in the school spirit.
Face paint.
Face paint.
Yeah. So Classi had a real high school experience. No, I did not. I did none of those things.
So what are we going to be talking about next week, lady?
Well, we're going to close out the month of April with a movie.
Dang. What's the movie gonna be?
We're going to be reviewing, drum roll please, The Pursuit of Happiness.
Woo! Yeah. I just want to say that did not sound like a drum roll. That sounded like a drill.
Look
Classi.
here.
Go to hell.
Classic. You try and do a drum roll,
Krypt,
Classi.
you agreed with her. You go to hell too. Both y'all just go to hell. With a handbasket. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this review of the first episode of All American. Be sure to tune in next time as we continue our journey through classic television and movie history. You can rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, Sitcoms N Color, on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check us out on Instagram at Sitcoms N Color. Check us out on Facebook at Sitcoms N Color. And you can email us at sitcomsncolor@gmail.com. If y'all have any episodes for next month that you want to cover, all you got to do is hit us up. And next month, we are going to be covering Mother's Day. So it's going to be a whole month of us showcasing mothers. So yeah, just hit us up. But anyway, thank you so much for listening and going through this journey with Krypt, Claszi Ladi, and L'aidee Lili, and myself, Millie Redd. Until next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, y'all? I'm your girl, Millie Redd, and we are continuing our month-long series of New Beginnings, Rags to Riches. Welcome to...
Sorry.
What the Yo, what?
My bad, sorry.
Just squawking to death.
I don't know what that was. Like,
I was trying to I was trying to hold a cough.
Welcome to the American. All right, sorry. Beep. I know. Welcome. Beep. Shut up. Welcome to the all. Oh, you bastard.
Spencer must navigate the complexities of new relationships, rivalries, and the pressure of maintaining his identity among the glitz and grint.